Yo, have you heard people say life goes too fast? That life is just zooming past, like, right? And I've heard it too, right? And I've said it myself as well, like, life is going too fast. And maybe it's true, you know what I mean? Maybe it's true. But I've come up with something which you may find interesting of why life may be not going fast, but why our minds may be making time go fast instead, right? Because let's take into consideration right now, it's about 9 a.m. I'm in the park, I'm just walking around, yeah? And I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do throughout my day. I'm thinking about, this is 9 a.m. I'm walking in the park. I'm not even focused on what's going on. Like a couple of minutes ago, I wasn't even like focused on the trees and the greenery around me. I was just like walking, thinking what I'm gonna do next, what I'm gonna do in half an hour, what I'm gonna do maybe throughout the day. I'm planning out my day like a schedule in my mind, but I'm forgetting that I'm here right now. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm forgetting to just take in the silence. And one of the things which I've learned as well is not taking in everything so seriously, right? For the past few months, not taking in everything so seriously, as in not taking things which people say or which happen. Do you know what I mean? Because life is out of your control most of the time. Some scenarios are in your control, so you should focus on them, but some scenarios are just not in your control. So you just gotta like think about it and focus on the things that you can control, right? And I've just been thinking about it, that maybe life is not going fast, and the reason why we think that life is going fast is merely because we're just living in the future, right? We're not even living in the present. We're not living in this time called the present, because we've been taught that if we live in the present, we're sacrificing the future, or like if we're not planning for the future, but ultimately not really being ready for it. But the thing is, regardless of whether you're ready for the future or you're not ready for the future, it's gonna come one day, not as the future, it's gonna come to you as the present. So you all the time, what was I gonna say? So basically what I'm trying to say is, you literally have the tools and the equipment that you need to deal with within like the scenarios that come at you in life all the time. You literally have all the equipment with you. It's just that we've been conditioned not to live in the present, because the present seems kind of dangerous, right? It's like, now you have to face all your problems in the present. This ain't the present, that's just being in your mind. Being in your mind and being present are two different things, right? Being in your mind, let me just get some lighting. Being in your mind is basically thinking thoughts and being in this, oh, what's wrong with me? And you're just thinking about the things that happen in your life, and this girl, and what about this opportunity that I got from my friend? What about going to the park and stuff? You're thinking about the opportunities that you get. Ultimately, the thing is, the present and the mind are two different things. Though the present is basically just silence. It's being aware of the thoughts, but then you're just here. You're just here. Like it's not even that deep. You're not thinking about it too much. Like, it's not about thinking what you're gonna do in half an hour. It's not about thinking what you're gonna do in, let's say, 15 minutes or something. It's nothing like that. It's not about planning your whole day out. It's basically just existing and not really being entangled in the judgments of the present moment. You may be watching this video and you're having judgments of me. You're having judgments of my appearance, or you're having judgments of why are you even watching this video. But the presence is to realize that these are merely thoughts. In other words, you merely need to get the understanding that whatever you hold in your mind is not you, right? Whatever you hold in your mind is taking you away from the presence. Doesn't mean it's good or bad, right? It's merely signaling to you something that you need to know. However, you need to realize that in order to be present, you need to be aware of your thoughts from like a third person perspective, which basically means that, let's say I'm having a thought of, oh, I want to eat like ice cream or something, right? Let's some random thought. I want some ice cream. I didn't have the thought, right? I'm not going to be sitting here and be like, oh, I'm having the thought of having ice cream, so I need to go and have ice cream right now, right? What I need to do is I need to merely observe the thought, not in a judgment way. Like, I'm not going to judge it. I'm not going to be like, oh, why do I want ice cream? It's unhealthy. I'm not going to judge that thought. Like, I'm just going to let it pass. I'm going to, okay, my thought says I want ice cream, and just let it pass like a cloud in the sky, right? I don't know if there's any clouds in the sky right now, but you know what I mean, you get me. So in a way, it's basically merely understanding that whatever takes you away from the presence is not good or bad. It's just taking you away from the present. It's just what is, right? That's how it's supposed to be. However, it's your job, it's your duty to get back into the present, right? It's your duty to take yourself back into what you need to be in, right? And I think this is the reason why people find it that life goes too fast. It's mainly because we're living in the future, we're planning ahead. Then the thing is, that is all fake, right? Whenever you're thinking about the future, whenever you're thinking about, oh, this might happen, and you're worrying about something, chances are that thing doesn't even exist, or it doesn't even exist. Like, it doesn't exist. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're okay, let me say this word, catastrophizing, whatever you're bro, whatever you're catastrophizing, but I hope I'm not butchering it. I know I'm butchering it, but okay, let me say it again. You shouldn't, whenever you're catastrophizing a situation, I said it right, whenever you're catastrophizing a situation, you should realize that that is fake and that doesn't exist, right? And a practice that I like to do is, you know, whenever I have like a negative thought or like something negative happening, like a negative scenario, because I'm gonna tell you, right, I'm a really anxious person, so I get like anxious thoughts. I write them down on the paper. Let's say I get some anxious thought about something that's gonna happen in the future. I write it down on paper, and then I just read it, right? I just read the worst case scenario that might happen because of what the thing that I did or something that just happens, right? And then I affirm to myself, you know what, even if this worst case scenario happens, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna be able to deal with it. I have the necessary tools. I'm equipped to deal with this scenario, right? And so that's what you basically need to realize. You need to realize that, you know what, even if there's something like bad happening, I'm still gonna be having the power to deal with it myself. And so to understand this message fully, you need to realize that there is no future that exists. It's just what you think in your mind with the information that you have in the past. And so with that being said, you have the opportunity, you have the chance to make your future look like what you want it to look like, right? You don't have to have this image in mind of it being negative, because you have the chance right now, in this present moment, you're watching this video, to change whatever you want in the future, right? And so with that being said, I hope you resonated with the message. If you are like a YouTuber or an entrepreneur, I work with YouTuber and entrepreneurs. So if you want to click the first thing in the description, I'll help you a lot with what you're doing. And so with that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.